So I was driving down the street and I saw these guys cleaning this building. I don't know if they're painters. If they're prepping the building for paint, I guess I can understand doing this. But if you understand that there are 4 principles of cleaning, we call it C.H.A.T: chemical, heat, agitation, and time. He is using a tremendous amount of agitation to clean a painted surface. One thing with painted surfaces is that it's not absorbent or porous. And when I was here, I'm not joking. Homeboy was like, oh, my finger's too close was up there on the roof, leaning over, cleaning. This is the slowest way in the world to clean. If your thought process of cleaning a building is to take your wand, and they've got ladders over here, to take your wand and get as close as possible to clean, then you're not using any chemistry at all. And if you don't have a hot water machine, which you don't always have to have a hot water machine, it does help with grease and oils, speed things up, but if you got to have the right chemistry. If I was going to clean this building, what I would do is I would be on the ground and I would coat that orange part and I would coat the white part all the way across with bleach, specialty soap, and water. And then I would let it sit. And then I would come back and I would fresh water rinse all of it away. And it would be glorious. And I would be done already with this side of the building, and arguably it would look better. If I'm being honest, it would probably look a little bit of the same, but my cleaning would last longer because we would clean with chemistry. Yeah, this stuff is crazy. He's going like, can you imagine? Every single square inch with the pressure washer. That's rough. It's not needed. And it's just simply because they don't know chemistry. I'm not trying to dog them. I'm not going to go over there and say anything. Don't worry. Maybe I should. Maybe I should go over there and tell them all the things they're doing wrong. But they'd probably spray me with their pressure washer. But yeah, all that stuff up in there. The soffits is what he's spraying. I hope that is not getting inside of the roof. That's a lot of water underneath in the soffits. If you spray properly with bleach, soap, and water, then all you got to do is just rinse it all down. Let it sit and do its proper thing, and bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, they got to be painters if they're going that slow. But the building looks great. Well, spraying on the electrical equipment, that's good. Love that the other guy's sitting there on his phone. It's awesome. What does this shirt say? Can't tell. Well, are they doing both buildings? That'd be cool. Plus the tip that he was using, it's not really good for spraying at a distance. That's why you got to get so close. He's using a pressure washing tip. Looks like a white 40-degree tip. That's real rough to clean with if you're cleaning a building. Looks like they're wrapping up. Yeah, that's like the worst way possible. If you were going to clean this building, let me tell you what you need. You need the following. Pressure washer. Ideally you do 4,000 psi, 4 gallons per minute. You need a chemical injector, or you could use an X-Jet. Chemical injector. Fill a bucket up with bleach, put some specialty soap in there, and then you can spray that whole building using a blue tip or a black tip, that orange and white part, and then let it sit, coat everything, and then you could rinse it off using a tip that doesn't use pressure. Or even if you use the white tip, you don't even have to get close. You just got to get the water on it to be able to just rinse everything off, because the bleach, soap, and water will do all the work. Will release everything, suspend it, and in that suspended state you could rinse it off. And you can do all of it from the ground. And you don't even need the ladder even to clean those gutters. You don't even need a ladder. Now the inside of the gutters, that's a different story, but yeah, that's just a tremendous amount of work. I think it's also unsafe because as I drove down the road, he was leaning over the orange part, cleaning the orange part from the roof. Because how in their mind, I know they're thinking, I got to put the ladder up on the orange part to get real close to clean it, and I would rather just climb up on the building and be faster and lean over and spray. And one small step and you are screwed. But that's all you need, guys, is a pressure washer with a chemical injector. The chemical injector tip goes into a 5-gallon bucket, and then when you pull the trigger with the right tip, it will pull chemical through the chemical injector as you spray. And once you get done coating everything, you switch your tip out, and then you can rinse everything with fresh water. And you don't have to go through all of this. That was a lot of pressure on that paint. That was a lot of water in the soffits, and a lot of pressure on the windows. And I don't know if they're painting, but maybe they are. Anyways, for those of you guys out there looking to start your own pressure washing or to clean things properly, just consider that. There are tips called Meg tips that can manipulate the pressure washer, and if you don't want to spray 4,000 psi coming out of your pressure washer, you can get a Meg tip and you can drop the pressure down dramatically, but still utilize the 4 gallons per minute. And that's how you get the volume of water coming out to rinse everything down. You don't need pressure all the time to clean. In our company, all we really use pressure for sometimes is to clean driveways like concrete. We try to avoid it with pavers. We try to avoid it with pool decks. But that's how we clean that's really the only thing we use pressure for. But for houses, for roofs, for screen enclosures, for upholstery, you don't need pressure at all. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, but I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, I most definitely need to record this.